there's a man on this show that we need to talk about. You all know where this is going. I want to briefly talk about my favorite person in the world. His name is Sean Kingston. Sean Kingston is one of the heroes of this podcast. Frankie Muniz is also up there. But Sean Kingston, creator of the fantastic song from the mid-2000s, several fantastic songs, predominantly Beautiful Girls.
It was back in 99, watching movies all the time. Ooh, and I went away for doing my first crime.
And of course, Me Love, the song that I consider one of the most underrated songs in the world and one of the greatest songs ever written. Why'd you have to go away from home? Me Love. Great song. Incredible song. We celebrate Sean Kingston on this podcast a lot, but something damning has caught my attention this week. It came in from Radio Michael Lay. Welcome to the Radio Family, Radio Michael Lay. Now, over the years of this podcast, we have constantly supported Sean Kingston, even though many of his songs contain lyrics that are questionable or also infeasible or impossible. For example, the grab I just played from the song Beautiful Girls, "You're way too beautiful, girls," if you don't know the song. Thanks, I've got a great singing voice. That grab, I'll just play it again for you. Take a listen to the lyrics.
It was back in 99, watching movies all the time. Ooh, and I went away for doing my first crime.
So it was back in 99, watching movies all the time when I went away for doing my first crime. I question this because, and if you're a long-term listener of the show, you'll be familiar with this, but I believe our boy Sean Kingston, right? Our boy Sean Kingston was born, he was born in 1990. So he's saying that in 1999, he was watching movies all the time, and then he went away for doing his first crime. One of our listeners, Radio Alex Sky, listener of the show, he did some research into this and he found in Sean Kingston's hometown, he was born in Miami, Florida. He's Jamaican, but he was born in Miami, right? In his hometown of Miami, you actually cannot go to jail or any juvenile detention facility until you're 12. Bang. So Sean Kingston does lie in his song. It is not actually legally possible that he could have gone away for doing his first crime back in 1999 when he was watching movies all the time. And we do have to unpack that because what this tells us is even though Sean Kingston is a musical prodigy, he is in fact not trustworthy. Which brings me to my next point. He's also a bad lyricist. We know this from the lyrics of his song Eeny Meeny featuring Justin Bieber, which start with quite possibly one of the worst and most tautological lyrics of all time.
She's indecisive. She can't decide.
She's indecisive. She can't decide, which is literally what indecisive means. So what this tells us is, again, even though Sean Kingston is one of the greatest musicians of his time, he's not trustworthy and he's also a bad lyricist. Last week, I can't remember who wrote this in, but welcome to the Radio Family, to whoever it was that wrote this one in. We found that Sean Kingston actually guested on an episode of the Disney Channel original series, The Sweet Life on Deck with Zach and Cody. I believe the year that episode came out was 2010. This is 3 years after Sean Kingston's breakout hits, Beautiful Girl, and to a lesser extent, for an unknown reason, because it's a much better song, Me Love. I said I would watch that episode of The Sweet Life on Deck. I would. Nothing to write home about. Sean Kingston jumps on this cruise that Zach and Cody are on. He wants to impress a girl. They throw a surprise party for the girl. A bunch of stuff happens. But at the end of the episode, we are graced with a song by Sean Kingston that I didn't know existed, which does bring into question that this is probably why they got him on The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, because they knew they wanted to get this song out there. I assume with the huge success of Beautiful Girls, and to a lesser extent Me Love, which is a better song but not as commercially successful, you know, I assume 3 years later, Sean Kingston's trajectory was a bit down. So like, how do we boost it? Get him on Disney Channel. Sean Kingston had another song called Dumb Love. And boy, oh boy, if we were talking about Sean Kingston being a bad lyricist, this puts the icing on the cake.
Girl, you make me dumb, 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 be dooby, dumb, 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 dumb. I love you so.
Dumb, 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 dumby doobie, which, not sure if intentional, but a doobie is often what you refer to as a joint, a doobie. And then I'm pretty sure at the end he actually, this is the start of the song that I just played, by the way. I'm pretty sure he then goes, I love this song.
Girl, you make me dumb, 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 be dooby, dumb, 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 dumb. I love you so.
So he's like 5 seconds into his own song, and in a bout of insecurity, Sean Kingston thinks, how do I make sure people love this song? And he decides, I'm just going to put the lyrics, I love this song, within the first 5 seconds of the song. So when you're listening to the song, it's subliminally, well, not even subliminally, it's superliminally telling you that you love the song.
Girl, you make me dumb, 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 be dooby, dumb, 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 dumb. I love you so.
Anyway, moving forward, because I've digressed a bit, but Radio Michael Lay again sent this in on the YouTube. He said, Mike, and the thing about this is Radio Michael Lay has been a long-term listener of the show, so he's heard all of the stuff I've done with Me Love, the song, but this is the first time he's written this in. Mike, if you like that song, you may also enjoy Dear Maker by Led Zeppelin. My curiosity peaked here. And when I say peaked, I mean peaked like the top of a mountain, because it was the highest form of curiosity. And very fascinating stuff, but also very damning stuff, because we love Sean Kingston and we hate to see him get into trouble. Of course, you know Me Love, because it's the greatest song ever written. Why'd you have to go away from home, me love? Right? We all know it. Take a listen to Dear Maker by Led Zeppelin. I think you'll be shockingly surprised. See if this piques your interest. I'm sorry. Did Led Zeppelin get ripped off by Sean Kingston? Because I didn't know this, but Me Love, aka the best song in the world, is a rip-off of Dear Maker by Led Zeppelin. Sorry, guys, I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but I don't know. That just really shocked me. Now, I ended up looking on the Wikipedia page for Me Love, and it does say the song samples Dear Maker by Led Zeppelin, which I've never seen before, because I feel like I would have looked it up if I knew that, but I never have, and this took me by huge surprise. And Dear Maker by Led Zeppelin, the name Dear Maker is supposed to sound like Jamaica in a British accent. Jamaica, right? And Sean Kingston is Jamaican. This is a next level conspiracy. And now I'm left wondering if Me Love is the best song of all time, in my opinion, does that mean that I have to think that Dear Maker is the best song of all time as well? Then I realized it's actually not the first time Sean Kingston has ripped off another song. Beautiful Girls.
It was back in 99, watching movies all the time.
Yes, you heard that right. I can't believe I didn't even notice this. It's Stand By Me.
So darling, stand.
Listen to that bass line.
It was back in 99, watching movies all the time. So darling, stand by me.
It's crazy. Again, I'm left wondering, did Sean Kingston ever write an original song? But then the more I think about that, and the more this piques my interest, I just start realizing that this entire Sean Kingston thing is just a little bit
Dum 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 be dooby dum 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 dum. I love you so.
and that's me realizing when he says I love this song, that's me again realizing that Me Love is my favorite song.